Who?
Oh, he's here. Wonderful.
Oh, great.
Meet Andrew. He's going to make things interesting because I don't care about the argument enough. This is gay
You don't
American,
care
by the
about
way.
anything. Who?
This is gay American.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Hang on, E.T.
Yeah.
You don't like gays.
No, I don't.
To be fair, neither do I.
I was gonna say that's really good mic. That's really good mic quality.
Yeah.
That's
Brilliant
pristine
mic
right there.
quality. I thought I had
like
a
that.
naff mic. I mean, I
Top
do.
class.
I have a naff mic. Anyway, I'm just gonna scroll up
Hang on,
a
E.T.
bit.
You have a mic?
Yeah, it's on the side of my headphones.
I don't even have a headphone set with mic.
Yeah, you know those ones that are like Skull Candy earbuds? Just
Yeah.
one of them.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andrew, last message sent. Look at that. Oh, newest message. Look at what
Wait,
it
why am I not able to do
responded
that?
to.
Okay, this should work. Just this. These are the points. These are the current points.
I did the exact same thing you did, just with the words "yeah."
Yeah.
Hang on, does this mean I get to argue
doesn't
now?
Exist. Yes, you should do.
Vamos.
I mean, I would tend to agree with that, actually.
Yes, because a 2v2 is fair.
Yeah.
Okay, Ronnie, you've already heard me make my point, so therefore you should respond.
No, E.T. You have to repeat
I?
them for Ronnie's mate.
Yeah, you have to repeat them for my 23-year-old friend.
I still refuse to believe you have mates.
No, I'm just more surprised that you were talking about a 23-year-old American called Andrew when we were having that conversation in Bushcraft about Alex. Is it the same one or is it a different one?
This is the
Hang on,
same
this isn't
Andrew.
Prince Andrew putting on a different
right.
accent, is it?
Oh, right, so it's actual Prince Andrew.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. So, my point is literally just, asexuality only makes sense if you have the ability to do mitosis. And seeing as humans cannot do mitosis, asexuality is evolutionarily backwards.
Well, so, based off of biology, asexual is physically impossible because we only have an X and Y chromosome. We'd have to have a third chromosome that was in flux that was able to transition between the two to actually genuinely be asexual. As it is, sexuality
You're thinking the wrong thing.
is binary.
You're thinking the wrong thing. You're
It's
thinking
binary. Sexuality is not.
You're supposed to be on Ronnie's side.
What he said.
He's also on about the complete wrong thing.
Is he already on point 2? Are you already on point 2? Because we haven't got to that yet.
He's already on point 2.
Why are we on point 2?
Hold on, let me try and find out where we're at. I'm sorry.
We're on point.
We are, this is not
This has
going
gone
the
well.
way I wanted it to. But hey, if
Nothing
we want
goes
to
the way
work
you
from
want it
point
to.
2, we can.
This is not exactly on the way I wanted it to be.
So, Senor Milhouse, you have been recorded as saying that, you know, there is no difference between men and women.
There's a massive difference.
Yes, but that's not the point. Did you or did you not say that?
I did not say there's no difference.
Okay, so what is the difference?
You can speed up and spend less on broadband. That's a contract in Superfast Fibre, free speed, and you can save
Changi,
£134.
please don't do the background noise.
What?
£2 a month.
Chungy, kill yourself.
background
Does this work?
Well, what background noise?
The background noise. You know, I'll just mute you, it's fine. So now I can't hear you.
Ah, bliss.
Okay. Okay, so, Senor Milhouse. What are the differences between men and women?
They just awesome.
Okay. So you're saying there's difference between if you're saying there's a difference between men and women, then men cannot be women and women cannot be men, correct?
Correct, which is why it's called transgender. Transitioning
But
gender
it's wrong.
is a...
Okay,
That point's kind of wrong.
so
Right, another question. Why did the English add U's to all stupid words that have a U in it? Like colour. It should be spelled C-O-L-O-R.
Kill
I think
yourself. That's the wrong way to spell
that's
it.
how.
That's the correct way to spell it. That's how it sounds.
Okay, that's
Well,
kind of
you can
pointless.
tell
We're not.
other
This shouldn't be devolving into a conversation about the stupidity of the English language.
American language. Stupidity is all on the American side.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
not
know.
wrong
They
there.
took the U out of things.
Yeah, one moment. Okay. Apparently, you're at max volume. I should probably put you to max volume so that I can actually hear you. Doesn't matter what volume you're on because you're muted, Chungy. So everyone seems to be on max volume, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain to me the bear thing you sent me?
The what? Oh,
The bear. Oh,
How has this just become a discussion of memes?
Because you
That
invited
meme is
idiots,
just-
that's how.
that meme just describes America because of its stupidity.
but there's 50% Russian there.
You know, there's a lot of bears in the United States, right?
No, it's not.
Yes, but
All in
only
Russia.
the Russians ride bears.
Yes, only in Russia. And if they weren't only in Russia, then why would Alex Terrible be wrestling one if they weren't only in Russia?
I mean, I've had to chase a couple out of my trash cans before, so...
Also, the big question is,
Ladies.
the very big question is, you're a furry. I know that's not
You're
even
a
question,
furry.
it's a fact.
You
That's
loser.
not a question. Oh, that statement, and that statement is false.
Okay, sure. So, look, you're saying...
Literally, the definition of being a furry is one that identifies themselves as a furry. That makes no sense.
Correct.
No. I think the definition of a furry is anyone who gets sexually aroused at anything with animalistic characteristics.
So they're weirdos.
Yeah, the weirdos.
I would agree.
ADD kicked in. Okay, I'm back. This is surprisingly
Andy, shut the
awkward.
fuck up.
Also, then... So why not go back to the actual topics at hand on
Good
people's
idea.
individual opinions?
Well,
First thing
topic
first
one
things first.
is over because you used the complete wrong word for the question.
Which was?
Well, he was saying asexuality as transgender.
No. So asexual doesn't make sense for biology, because of our chromosomes and stuff. Transgender is
But when you said
transitioning
it
from
was
one
in the
gender
way
to another.
of-
Asexual is being
Which
able
is
to
wrong.
single-handedly reproduce with yourself.
Yes, but
Right.
the exact words you used was fluctuating from one gender to another. That
No,
is
the
transgenderism that you're
The chromosomes would have to be able to fluctuate, because asexual either means that you're either able to single-handedly reproduce with yourself, or transition your
That's
gender
not what
from
it
one
means.
to another to facilitate a lack of a specific gender role within a community. It's like specific
You're
types of
wrong.
fish that
Oh
will be able
yes,
to
like
transition
the
themselves.
clownfish, which is why Finding
Exactly.
Nemo as a Disney film is incredibly
It's wrong.
unrealistic.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
You are, by the way, Andrew, you are wrong. It's not that. It's. Let me read you the definition for asexuality.
Oh, Christ.
Asexuality is defined as a lack of sexual attraction.
No,
An
no, no.
asexual person who is someone who is not sexually attracted to anyone.
You're describing the description that people use for humans. Asexuality in the animal kingdom means something completely different than somebody's sexual orientation. Because humans have used asexual as their sexual orientation, completely the opposite of the way it actually is defined for the animal kingdom, which was definitely used a hell of a lot longer than modern day humans have started using it as saying, I'm not attracted to anyone, like a bunch of nonsense.
Good answer, I guess.
Well, let me quote exactly what ET here said to start the question. Also, I don't care. I'm calling you by your name because I don't know what your YouTube thing is.
Which you should subscribe to his YouTube.
Yes. So you see my Discord username? It's just that.
No, I don't see it because my phone is switched off because I don't care.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I can always cut it out. I maybe even won't, because like 10 people are going to see this, but oh well.
Unmute Jack.
Alright.
I'm outside now.
Okay, cool. Welcome back.
So I'm going to stop playing my music and being really obnoxious because I don't care. You don't put on Blind and Frozen.
Hang on, you've gone outside.
Yep.
What? So you're theoretically able to touch grass?
Yes. Already
Impressive.
have.
Anyways, it's interesting that you were saying about chromosomes, Mr. Malefictus.
Yeah.
Because chromosomes make you one thing or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Senor Milhouse, would
I'm
you
going to
agree?
leave and you are.
I'll take that as a yes, because I didn't actually... Oh, he's gone. This is interesting.
Oh, for God. Jesus Christ. This is an absolute
wonderful.
disaster.
This is actually very quickly
This was
unraveling.
literally just meant to be a debate.
This is all your fault, ET.
Not an argument, just literally a debate so we can understand, well maybe not understand, but hear each other's opinions on these views.
Yeah.
But obviously it doesn't seem to be doing that. So it literally goes from, so I think sexuality is this. Oh wait a minute, I saw a meme with a bloody bear. It turns from that to a bear quickly.
Yes,
about
it
me.
literally went from a genuine conversation about whether or not, we needed Protogen to show up, and then a picture of a bear, and then and then me banning 2 people to then join one, to then let one back in.
Okay.
Now you subscribe to ET's channel.
Oh yeah, thank you, Malefictus, for coming.
Do it.
Wait.
Do it.
Hang on.
Do it.
I sent him
Do
a
it.
message asking if he's coming back, and his response was, "You know the answer when I'm bored of something."
So yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he just sent me one asking if I kicked him, which, yeah, I did. But that was when I first kicked him.
Yeah.
And he's technically still
Now subscribe
in the
to ET's channel.
What is his channel?
Incendiary opinion.
Yeah,
You see
my username? It's just that.
But there's a space between incendiary and opinions.
Oh yeah, so there is.
Oh.
Oh, he's back!
He's back.
Yay!
Now, Ronnie, you subscribe to ET's YouTube.
So have you come to make rational points?
Or subscribe to ET's YouTube.
Ooh, what is this?
He's starting to stream.
what?
Thank
He's just
Ronnie's
trying to
starting
stream. He's just trying to stream Destiny, I think.
I'm sorry, what?
Ronnie's sabotaging the bloody
No, absolutely not. No, thanks.
No,
I didn't
I'm
need
not
to
watching
see
that. I'm not pressing watch.
I didn't need
Oh,
to
God.
see that.
Mate, I'm not pressing watch stream.
That.
Do not
Oh,
tell
no,
me what
it's
I'm not. No,
Oh well, it's
I'm
pretty
not pressing
simple.
watch stream.
Do you remember that
What
one?
is it?
Do you remember that one image that he laminated
Oh
and then carried
Christ,
on
not
school for
that.
the day? Yeah, that.
Not that.
Oh,
Oh
I
God,
think it might
no.
be an expanded version. Oh no, it isn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
that's
is in
not
fact
Destiny.
not the expanded
He's got his
version.
furry pictures.
Yeah.
Have you subscribed to ET's channel yet?
I found his channel.
and press
Now
the bell.
subscribe to it.
and put on notifications.
Look,
Remember to
all I'm
ratio
saying is-
everyone but Chungy in the comments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chungy is me. I'm Chungy.
Yeah. Ratio everyone but Chungy.
Oh yeah, and also not me. Nah, that's fine. You can ratio me.
And also,
Yeah, E.T. has no life, he doesn't care.
Yeah. What he said.
Have you done it yet?
I'm the mighty
Uh,
protector of incendiary opinions.
Yes, I've subscribed. But you only got
you.
2
Well
subscribers.
done, E.T. We've successfully pressured someone
You know,
subscribing.
Yes, that's
That's me and Chungy.
You got to start from somewhere.
There's 5 people in this chat. How do you only have 2 subscribers? That means there's people in the chat who haven't.
yes, me, and then
Right.
Millhouse. I'm not using his name because anonymous. Fuck. Anonymity.
We've
or
already called
whatever.
him Ronnie a couple
I
times.
think
You've
that's
already cocked up there,
the
haven't
thing
you?
of being anonymous. I respect that because I am
you
attempting
don't.
to be anonymous because there are people who don't like me.
No one likes you.
Yes, but there are
We've
people who
literally
really
already-
don't like me.
Like me.
We've literally already called him Ronnie a couple times throughout the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not even a debate. It's kind of just
Am I
Debate,
also not supposed to
and
say
then-
Gibbard?
No, you can say that.
Yeah.
yeah. They won't know. It's a name anyway.
Yes, the two people watching this won't know.
So me and Chungy won't know.
Me and we won't know
Yeah.
because we already know him.
So when can we expect this video to come out then?
Never.
If it's
Yeah, because
if I don't have
what
to
you
chop
told
up
us
and
in your
cut things out.
Just call it bloopers.
yeah, mate, you told us in your
Don't-
previous
don't
video
tell
that it'll be coming out
don't
on
tell
the
them exactly.
23rd, 24th, or 25th. It's the 24th. You have until tomorrow.
What I said was it'll be
Nope, you have
recorded
until
on
tomorrow.
the 23rd, and then
No,
be out
no,
by
no.
the 24th or 25th. And seeing
Yeah,
as it's
so until-
now being recorded on the 24th,
So you have to upload it tomorrow
I hate
No,
you sometimes.
don't tell
to
him an
uphold your
actual
promise to us
Make it-
idiots.
Ah,
date. Make Ronnie subscribe so that if he wants to find out when it comes out, he'll have to get a notification.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
You won't subscribe.
so Malefictus,
Subscribe.
are there any issues that you just want to have a debate about?
Women rights.
They don't exist.
Exactly.
Is
Let's
this
keep it
really
that way.
what this is?
Oh, we all agree.
Just
It's not really a debate,
some
is it?
people agreeing on things. It's kind of boring.
What
I don't
about
think a debate. It's more like
I know an
free-
issue that's pretty big in America is transgender rights. Because at what point does it stop becoming rights of an individual and become excessive, above what everyone else has, so it's no longer equality?
Okay.
Oh.
Good question. And I say this. Should we value
It's
the
rights.
rights of a unicorn or similar other mythological creatures that don't actually exist?
Wait, the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Shut up.
Yeah, but it's the Scots. They drink
Yeah,
so
fair.
much that they can they drink so much that they see unicorns daily.
Fair.
Oh, anyone care to respond to the fact
He's got a
that
point.
there's literally no such thing as transgender people, only
But
delusional
there
people?
isn't. Yeah.
Well, you could still
Ronnie's
make the
mate.
argument that transgender could be argued as psychological, if not physiological. Or
One
actually
moment.
even physiological. Because they're literally cutting their dick off.
Yeah. Oh, there we go, it's literally the second thing. I hope I can just find a trustworthy source. Yep, there we go. The NHS seems trustworthy enough. Gender dysphoria is a condition where a person experiences discomfort or distress because there's a mismatch between their biological sex and gender identity. It's sometimes known as gender identity disorder, gender incongruent, or transgenderism. So you see, it's a mental problem.
There's a difference between transgender and gender dysphoria, because gender dysphoria is literally people who are crazy who, like, you know, they wake up in the morning, they look down and they're like, oh god, what is that thing in my pants? Whereas somebody who's transgender, so to speak, is somebody who's like, I don't feel like I should be a boy because I played with Barbie as a kid. And those fuckers are the ones who are presenting all these issues. They're not people with actual gender dysphoria. That's an extremely rare mental condition.
Okay, yes, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. And the weird thing is, I've had an experience with someone who sort of said something about Barbie physically changing them.
Were they high?
No. So, you know in the video where I went to Oxford to yell at the pedos?
Yes, and
You know
someone
the
starts
one- yeah,
waving
you
at
know
you,
the
which is my
terrifying-
favourite
No,
part.
you know the terrifying one that I zoomed in on at like 10 seconds
Oh,
in?
guessing Leatherstock Green are winning.
Nice. But yeah, the one I zoomed in on said Barbie changed her or something. Don't remember what it was, but it's something to do with Barbie. So, cheers, Malefictus. You've just made me remember something that I deliberately repressed.
Ha.
Going off of my own personal experiences as a homosexual, I remember very, very strong memories of going through like a high school and stuff. A lot of the individuals who were also LGBTQ, it was never this idea of being who you are. You have to conform to these bullshit standards, and if you don't, you know, they basically ostracize you. And you'd think that a group that was marginalized would accept, you know, a whole range of people, but that's not realistically how it worked. So all of the faggots in my school hated me, you know, because I didn't fit in. They basically told you, did you play sports as a kid? Did you do this? Did you do that? And if you don't fit a very specific checklist, they basically try and tell you, you're not actually a boy. You need to present yourself as a girl. You need to wear a dress. You need to do this. And I
Sorry about that.
You know,
Just
go fuck yourself.
dying.
Are you sure you're gay?
Yeah,
Because
I-
we've
I
all
just-
agreed with some of the stuff you've said.
Yeah, that's slightly concerning.
We don't
isn't
normally
it?
do that.
You see, here's the weird thing.
That's very rare for us.
Being gay just refers to an attraction to somebody of the same gender. It doesn't mean you have to be one of those fucking idiots that you see on the news and stuff. Those
Like the people E.T. went to harass.
Hey, it's not
Exactly.
harassment. It's really not harassment. We weren't harassing them. Until they
You're
started
harassing the
us
other
first.
people.
We
Yeah,
were
that's
harassing
it. That's
the
the
pedos.
spirit.
They just turned out to support the pedos. It's that simple.
And then waved at you as you recorded them,
Yes, but
which is
carry on.
hilarious.
Yeah, I can't stand people like that. The community as a whole is so extremely toxic, and they try and force us into these roles, which are bullshit. It's like, if you want to like something, by all means, like it. It's not my place to judge you. But if you try and tell me what I need to live my life as, how I should act, then I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself, and I'm probably going to punch you in the jaw.
Yeah, but
Okay,
gatekeep-
interesting.
Can't throw a solid punch, can they?
However,
These are
one
actually
big
good
problem
points.
with what you said, you said it's a really small problem, but you said it's an attraction to someone of your own gender. Can I just be frank and say this? Gender does not exist. It's a bullshit term made up by a pedo in the 70s.
It's just that weirdo with a toothbrush.
What?
John Money, so yeah, maybe.
Yeah, the weirdo with the toothbrush.
Yeah, the weirdo doctor who isn't Kinsey.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not talking about sexuality? Because gender
no.
just refers to the presence of male genitals or female,
No,
whereas
you're thinking of
sexuality.
biological sex. Gender, hold up, let me just do a quick Google.
Right, he's Googling again. I thought we told you, stay off the internet.
Then gender is your perception of your sexual identity and body or whatever.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What did you find this time?
Oh no, just about John Money and the kid David,
So, did you
who then went on to
Google
kill
him?
himself. I wonder why.
Maybe 10 minutes or something like that. 10 minutes probably.
I just want to walk down there and have a kick about.
Yeah, I'll do that in a minute.
Shangi, are you being abducted?
Yes, John Money apparently coined the terms gender role and gender identity. So yeah, essentially...
Because he's a massive loser.
Yeah, he's from New Zealand. That's even worse than everything he did to the kids.
Oi, Korg is from New Zealand.
Okay, but
Yeah, he screwed up
that's beside the
generations.
point. Yeah, just a quick little thing about how I didn't like one thing you said in your sentence.
E.T., you don't like anything anyone says in their sentences.
Yeah,
Well, so here's a controversial topic then. What do you think about the attraction of one person to another? Do you think it's a case of nature or nurture? Is it a chosen thing?
Very good question. In some cases, I'd have to say it's nurture.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you brought around an environment of only one person, like only one, only females, for example. I swear there was a book about it or some. I swear. I remember there was a question about it in a test that I did once. Might
When
have
the
been
hell
the
were you
SATs,
doing
I
tests?
don't remember. But it was essentially a story about how some girls were brought up in a commune full of women and all that good stuff. And yeah, I think we can all guess what they liked eating. So yeah, I'd have to say it's mostly nurture.
Yeah, I suppose that same would be applied to boys as well.
But
I mean,
did those,
society
in your
puts
test,
a lot
E.T.?
of society puts a lot of pressure on boys to be heterosexual, but girls, it's a lot more open-ended. You know, people make comments about like, "Oh my God, those girls were kissing; it was so hot." But if a boy does it,
it's wrong.
They get their ass kicked.
That's yes.
So,
if a boy
E.T.
does it, it's a big problem. If a girl does it, then yeah, it's fine.
E.T. In this test, was it by any chance set in a time before the internet?
No. No, it was.
Are you sure?
It was something to do with in my lifetime, not in the 1600s.
There's a lot of really good points in this debate. This is actually a good debate now. I like this.
This is more of an agreement than debate.
Yeah, it's more of a casual conversation. I was hoping it would
it's an
be
agreement.
a little less one-sided.
But there's some actual
need to get
points here.
hire someone else if you want it less one-sided.
Oh yeah, good. Here's the question:
idiot,
would you consider like something wrong with the brain as nature or nurture?
Depends how many times you would drop on your head.
Like, you mean like a sexuality, or just like if somebody's say retarded or something?
Sexuality, because like those who are like Jack, for example, the person you ratioed can be described as a certain type of person.
Yeah.
Loser. They can be described as a loser.
Yeah, but I was going more of pedo. Like then,
okay.
And I swear there is this official movement called MAPS, which it's very weird, and they're essentially trying to get them to be a massive part of the well, not a massive part, but they're trying to get them to be a part of the alphabet mafia, which is not
Changi,
good.
have you seen ISO Speed has just wiped out KSI within 16 seconds?
Yeah. I also saw Fixed Star score. I cried.
Congratulations.
I'm not watching again. I've just seen a clip of him being wiped.
Yeah, Speed's mental.
Well, yeah, I'd have to say.
Anyway,
he's
back
mental.
to the debate.
Yeah, but back to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
Like, for example, also, John Money, he was also another one. If I can just get to the thing. And, what he did with the kids, specifically 2 of them. Yeah, sure, you can have the cookies, I don't really care. Ah, yes, that one.
E.T., stop feeding the kids in your basement cookies.
Okay then. See, this is what I was after. But more specifically, this. Copy and paste. Oh no, just copy and paste. So that didn't work.
Sweetie, what do you think about
that's got to
when
do,
some
I
people
guess.
say...
Apparently this thing... You're just going to have to click on it. I don't have a... Okay, so it opens up a tab, which then is just this,
that's weird.
I think. I don't actually have a clue. Well, this didn't go well. Tell you what, right.
I'm not downloading any of that.
Good point. Anyway, David's parents raised him as a female, gave him the name Brenda.
Brenda.
Yes.
What a shit
Although
name.
he was born with the name Bruce, so I don't know why they're calling him David. But whatever.
Because they're
He was
idiots on
given
the internet like you.
estrogen to give him tits, forced to wear dresses and jackets to engage in typical female norms, basic stuff. And then during the checkups, John Money would do odd stuff with the kids, is the best way I can put it without being
stuff
too
you do
weird.
with kids.
Oh, that's nice. And he would also photograph the kids while doing. Yeah, this
Sounds like
this has
sounds
just
like
made me sad.
Sounds like you.
somebody who needs to eat a bullet.
Yeah, I mean, I think
He's probably dead by now.
I think he
Google
is
it.
dead. I mean, I think Kinsey's also dead, which is lovely. And I may or may not have had an
Is that the
interaction
one
with
you have
Kinsey's
proof
son.
of?
That was a fun time. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. I've said that a lot.
It's because you've got nothing better to say.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Rules are.
Anyway. Wait, where were we? I hate when this happens.
You were saying something about Kinsey.
Yeah, but before I started going on the tangent about Johnny Money.
Money, I don't know, some money. Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, we were going about
We
the
have
whole
no idea.
nature versus nurture thing. What do you two who haven't spoken on it think?
Explain.
Yeah. Explain it in football terms.
Explain it in football
just
terms.
explain it normally. I can't understand that either.
Alright, explain it in Chungy terms, and I'll try and translate.
In
Explain
chunky
it in
terms.
normal terms.
Let me give this a shot.
Or just explain it in a normal
Screw it,
way.
I'll just explain it in the normal way. Is someone's attraction more based in nature than it is in nurture?
Well, can we use the same theory for apes, or
Yeah,
is
go
it just
for it.
people?
Except with
Yeah, 'cause
animals,
if
it's
it's in
kind of
apes,
weird
that has-
because
Yes, no, it's got nothing to
shack
do with how they're
anything
raised,
that
because
moves.
they just do it to like reproduce. It's not nurture; it's just purely nature. Whereas for humans, it's both.
yeah. Although the penguins kind of did it
Penguins
just because they
shag for
could,
pebbles, we know.
because penguins suck.
Mm.
Yeah, since we're so advanced as beings.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Because we're so advanced.
We're not advanced, are we?
Oh, compared to like other animals, other like say I don't know,
well, I
apes or
mean,
something. Obviously, they're clever. We've just kind of evolved. Maybe from them, maybe I don't know. This could be a debate for religion. So maybe we got spawned by a god or whatever, or we actually came from, or we actually derived from apes.
that is a
As
very good
Darwin
conversation
predicted.
to have. Andrew,
It seems more.
or whatever your Malefactor's bloke. Is he still here?
Mhm.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, he's still
do
here.
you
He
think
don't say
that
anything.
humans came from apes, or do you think that we were created by a higher being who knew stuff?
Like Allah.
Yeah, like
Oh.
that
I'm
one.
with science.
I'm all for the idea of evolution, but I mean, kind of going along with the idea of the more religious people, you could theoretically say that it's more of a guided evolution, possibly, but I believe in evolution.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair
I'm
enough.
with science.
Judging by your response to that, I'm assuming that you believe that the Earth, that the universe was created in the Big Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment where the nothing magics itself into something.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, so that's the entire reason that I kind of question the idea of some kind of divinity, because nothing can't produce something unless there's some kind of spark. But even that would beg the question of, even if there is some kind of higher life form that created the Big Bang, what would create that higher life form in the first place? And then it just continues to go in a
Yeah.
circular motion.
I understand what
There
you
were-
mean by that.
Yeah, basically no theories make
If
sense.
there was a being that made, maybe the Big Bang and then it spawned the universe, what made that being, before? What made that being then what made that being? Oh, it goes on.
Yes, I know what you
Right,
mean.
the Bible has all of the answers with God.
Yes, and to that I'm going to say, in order for something to create matter, it needs to be immaterial. And something that's immaterial can really only exist, like, outside of time, which is a material thing.
But time didn't exist until some idiot decided to go, you know what we should call this? Time.
Well, I mean, theoretically,
It's
it
like,
did exist, it just didn't have a name.
I know how the Egyptians made the pyramids. They were made before Newton discovered gravity.
Yes, that is.
Meaning these stones weighed nothing.
just watch just watch Bill Wirt's video. That's a really good video.
Oh, what, the history of everything?
Yeah. Also, if this does go on YouTube, link him in the comment and also shout him out.
What, shout out Bill
That's
Wirtz?
what we've just done.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bill Wirtz doesn't need shouting out.
Yeah.
Fine, he needs more.
If anything, you should shout you out, E.T.
Well, that's what's happening. Because
Maybe
this is
you can
going to
get Bill
go
Wirtz
up, and
as
it's probably
a-
going to be heavily edited, which might be a problem.
Just send it over to Chungy to get edited.
No,
Or you can edit it.
I mean, I might
E.T.,
give
I've
it
seen
to
your
Chungy
editing,
anyway.
it's horrendous.
How dare you?
I've seen Chungy's Photoshop, it's better than your editing.
Oh, my Photoshop is bad, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
so
it's
It's hilariously bad.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the formerly current
Matter at
point.
hand.
Oh, that's nice. My mind's just gone blank. It's got to be the government and their mind controlling rays. That's the only explanation.
Why aren't you wearing your tinfoil hat?
Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, tell you what. Time for a conversation that could very well get this video deleted when it actually goes up.
Oh god, what have you done now?
Does anyone here think that there is some sort of group, like shadow group, that may or may not be made of lizard people who control everything?
Lizard people live in the sewers.
E.T., we're gonna get killed.
E.T., you're gonna get us killed. I hate you.
You're going to. No, I do not want to die yet.
Okay, seeing as two of you don't want to die, we'll steer clear of that. I can't speak.
I do have a question about that. If there's super advanced lizard folks that are controlling things from behind the scene, why the hell would they live in the sewer?
That's
because crazy people say they live in the sewer.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if they have
they could live in the pyramids
to rule the entire world, like, why would they live in the sewer?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not fully on board with the theory of they live in a sewer. Because, would you rather live in a whole bunch of big, expensive houses, or live in the sewers?
It depends.
You've got a fair point.
Nah, they live in the marshes, mate. Reminds me of home.
Just Puddle Glum and his mates ruling the world. It's a very niche reference.
Have you ever seen something that looks like a crocodile but isn't a crocodile and it's not an alligator?
Lizard man. That would just be the Queen's true form.
Yeah, the Queen's a lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
I mean, why do you
the
think
Queen's
her
like the
name's
bloke
Queen
out of
Liz?
Spider-Man. Lizard.
Yes. Elizabeth.
Fair.
This is a really weird conversation. Yeah, screw it. Because I am unable to pick up on hints, Senor Malefictus, what is your stance on transgenderism?
Oh, Jesus Christ, again.
Well, so I think that the 90% of it is complete bullshit.
It's all bullshit, mate.
Well, yes, but I mean, like, there's a very, 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 very small percentage of them that actually have gender dysphoria, and, you know, if they really want to get some kind of transition or something, I'm fine with it. Like, I'll call them by whatever they want, but only if they actually have gender dysphoria. The majority of those fuckers, they don't. They're just a bunch of idiots who are confused and have a bunch of people putting pressure on them, and they're trying to fit in with a group, and they happen to fit in with this the certain criteria of that organization, which I think is sad.
Yeah,
Or some people just do it for
I
attention.
sort of agree. However, where I differ is on the whole, calling them what you want, calling them what they want to. Because if you're going to surrender that premise, if you're going to surrender that bit of reality, what's to stop you from surrendering, something else? Like, for example, the entire concept of basic biology.
Well, the only people that I would actually call by their, female name are the ones that are actually like the head cases, the ones that are actually genuinely crazy, the ones who wake up in the morning, look down and see a penis, and scream and start crying because they're like,
yes, because they don't want rights.
Those people, the ones who should honestly be in the asylum or something because they're not right in the head.
Yes, because they don't want rights.
That's a
different.
very good point. It's a mental illness and it should properly be treated, except people aren't going to treat it.
Because they're lunatics.
They've surrendered themselves to the idea of progressivism.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
And toxic.
I mean,
yeah.
Progressivism is taking over literally everything. Like, hell, there's progressive Christianity.
Is that allowed in your religion?
No, it doesn't stop them.
I think the best part about your religion is when they gave us cake.
Yeah.
Jack, you didn't get. Sorry, Chungy, you didn't get the cake. You left.
Very nice.
Chungy, you left before you got cake.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, because
you missed out.
You had to get back on time.
Yeah, we still got back on time.
But here's the thing.
I wanted to go.
You left to plant Oasis.
We managed to get back in time while eating cake and talking about giants.
Yeah. Whilst you were busy planting an oasis somewhere.
Genesis.
What was that?
Genesis.
Who has the oasis now?
Malefictus won't know. Shall I just explain it to him? Or...
Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
Let me get. Are you, not to sound rude, what do you identify as? So that I don't get things wrong.
What do you mean?
You identify as he, she, loser, weirdo.
Yeah. So then, because usually when you say he, and then the person's like, I'm not a he, I'm this, that, and then they get angry, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit. I think those are crazy people.
Yeah, I think what he's trying to ask is, do you have the XY chromosomes or not?
Yes.
Or do you have extra chromosomes?
I'll just explain the Oasis thing, because I don't think Malefictus, he definitely doesn't know. So, in our school, I'm not sure who started it. I think two of our teachers found an Oasis bottle randomly, I think, on a train, and then they just took it back to school. And then
half-finished Oasis bottle.
A half-finished Oasis bottle, sorry. Literally all the Oasis thing is just you hide it in someone's room, and they got to try and find it, or you laugh at them because they haven't found it yet. So it's just pretty much like a hide and seek game, but with an Oasis bottle.
And they slapped a laminated Oasis in your book.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and
I forgot that happened.
The Oasis bottle thing went away for a couple months, and then I had the idea to
print out and laminate a picture of Oasis.
Yeah, so I printed out a photo of Oasis bottle, and then I laminated it, and then I hid it in one of the teachers' rooms, and then they put it back in my my maths book, and then that means I have it. So that means I'm gonna have to go and give it to someone else. So it's pretty much just like a hide in the bottle games or whatever, if you get what I mean.
Okay.
Oh, this is awkward silence.
Yes, it is in fact awkward silence. Well, anyone got any statements that they want to say, just like properly offensive ones?
Not at the moment, no.
There's so many offensive things that I could say.
Don't worry. If ET sends me the footage, I can just bleep it out. So then, I could just say something. I could literally just say something now, and I could just bleep it out, and it sounds really wrong.
That's true.
So
my concern would be more along the lines of if something is too offensive, though, then it could potentially get your channel taken down. Like, you could make a comment like, what is the definition of racism? Because, if racism is defined by one person being able to do something but another not being able to do something, you could use the N-word, for example. black community members will use it colloquially to refer to other members of that same community. But if somebody of a different skin color were to use it, then it's racist. That would fall. Yeah, so that would fall under the category of racism just on the grounds of one person being able to use it but another not, based off of skin color.
Yeah. E.T. was a massive slave trader on a global scale.
Still am. I never stopped.
Yeah. Although now you deal in children.
Yep. Although I tell you what, the market for selling them to Indians is actually surprisingly high.
Thought it would have been the Arabs.
No, they just want young women for camels.
Fair.
Oof.
Although camels are like 40 grand.
Worth £40,000, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, here's one that could. Here's one that's properly offensive. Should drag queens be allowed to, do the stuff in front of children?
No. Absolutely not.
Yeah, well, good to see we're all in agreement, and we're, actually common sense. And more specifically,
crazy like the
Senor
people in
Maleficus,
Oxford.
do you think that people... I mean, it's probably going to be kind of obvious, because you just said no to the previous question, but do you think people who said no to the previous question are homophobic?
Possibly, but that's fine by me, because everyone has the right to their own opinion.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Just because when I went to Oxford to yell at a bunch of pedos, there were a bunch of people calling me homophobic.
Didn't someone say, why aren't you in school?
Yes,
On a Sunday. Technically, it should have been, why aren't you in church?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a long story that I can't really be bothered to get into. But I'll give you the start. I'll give you how it started and how it ended. It started on a really, really hot summer afternoon. No, it was a hot summer evening where it was 32 degrees. And I was really annoyed, just laying on my mattress because my new bed hadn't arrived by then. And I just recorded a video about the Drag Queen Story Hour UK thing that was being shown to kids.
By all 12 people.
In August, I went to Oxford and yelled at them, surrounded by people who were on my side, and 250 more people that weren't, including Antifa.
Who?
The quote-unquote anti-fascists.
I thought you said Anteater.
Antifa is...
He's getting one imported straight from Asia.
Antifa is a gang that uses violence to try and push their agenda on people.
You're not wrong there. I mean, I just find it really ironic that the people known as anti-fascists are massive fascists.
Oh yeah.
That is funny.
Well, the irony is that Antifa, in America, they start riots and stuff. They start violence and chaos, and they use the Boston Tea Party as an example of why it's acceptable to create chaos to make a point. But the part that they don't seem to get is that the Americans who threw the tea in the harbor paid for it the next day because they didn't want the businesses themselves to be hurt or go out of business. They were concerned about the little guy, but still wanted to send a message. Antifa's the opposite. They're people who use the rioting as an excuse to rob stores so that they can get things that they want. They break into the electronic stores. They steal, food or TVs or electronics that they want because it's about greed. It's not about sending a message.
Yeah, that's actually a decent point. I mean, I've had like one or two run-ins with Antifa just in Oxford that one time, and it was always kind of hilarious.
Yeah, me and Leo don't really go out to this. Not protests. Oh yeah, protests. Sorry, I already said riots.
Yeah, no.
I like riots.
Chungy's very Chungy's very central on when it comes to politics. He's just kind of in the middle, trying to do his own, trying to not bother anyone.
Yeah, he's completely neutral.
Well,
I'm literally just here to. I was going to say the pimping thing. Never mind. That's okay. I'm just literally here to have fun, say puns. I don't really want to annoy people because it'll backfire on me, and then I don't know. I could end up in trouble. Not because they're right in some way. I could just get in trouble by people who agree with that person because I said one certain thing, or if they disagree with an argument or opinion I'm sharing. I just rather not get in like heated arguments where I won't win because my opinion's wrong or somewhere. I just try not to bother people because there's just no point. I'd just rather be nice and just, have a good time really, but a limited time on Earth.
Oh, I've just realised something. Since you're American, what do you think of that Roe v. Wade thing?
What?
You're American, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, what do you think of Roe v. Wade? Because I know that's been a big thing with the Americans.
I'm trying to remember which one that is.
It's
The abortion one.
Yeah, it's the
You guys can
non-infanticide
go over there,
one.
and I'll be on my way anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess that kind of comes down to the politics in America, because you've got the two factions that are, the extreme left and the extreme right, and both the extremes of both are wrong. Like, they're both really, really toxic and trying to push their agenda, not because even they care about it, but just because the other side is fighting for the opposite. And it's a negative feedback loop.
Yeah, but it's what we do best.
Yeah.
I mean, what side are you on for that?
Well, so I kind of fall in the middle. Like, it doesn't make sense to abort a child, like, a week before it would come out naturally, but it also doesn't make sense to refuse a woman an abortion just because, like, it's got something wrong. Like, if in America, in specific states, if a woman has like a miscarriage and the baby has died inside of her and is literally rotting and potentially going to kill the mother, the doctors are not allowed to go in and take out the dead corpse inside of her, even though it can potentially kill her, because that's considered an abortion, even though the baby is already dead.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that.
PT, what's your opinion on it?
Well, on the thing of, if it's dead, it's not an abortion, so they should be able to remove it. They just shouldn't be able to kill it.
I'd say you should be able to kill it if the thing has something wrong with it that will give it no quality of life. If you know the thing's going to come out with Down syndrome or some kind of horrible spinal malfunction, yeah, because at that point it's a mercy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't agree with the one on Down syndrome because they're still sometimes able to function semi-normally and they can live.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you're saying, but if it's got Down syndrome, then you can kill it, that does sound a slight bit genocidal.
Yeah, I would agree, because that was just kind of as an example. I mean, so long as the person is able to function and has quality of life, so be it. Let them come to term. But if they have something that is like completely crippling and they're not going to be able to have any quality of life, that's the point that I'd say, abort it. And some of those things can occur really, really late term, so it makes sense to be able to abort them really late term. But otherwise,
fair enough.
It doesn't really make that much sense.
Yeah, but I would say, okay, but just like by that logic, then are you able to kill it outside of the womb?
Well, that's a good question.
Can you not just if you're allowed to kill it inside the womb because it's got something wrong with it, then surely you can just euthanize it because it's got something wrong with it outside the womb.
I mean, there is some
precedent for that. When everyone got pissed at them.
There is precedent for that, even though it hasn't really been done on young people or children. It has been done for elderly people who have no quality of life. So, I mean, it is definitely something that's open for discussion, I suppose. It really depends on what kind of situation.
It's got a debate. We just talk about things.
Where did the ball
go? Cool friends.
Okay, cool.
Where did the ball go?
I don't know. What did you do? I took it over there. I know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Johnny has a life.
Yeah.
What
do you think, Lag?
About what? The Roe v. Wade thing?
Yeah.
I don't really care. Do what you want with it.
Oh, Chunky, you might find this interesting. The Green Day lead by Billy, that one, he decided
Billy
that
Armstrong.
in order to protest Roe v. Wade, he'd go somewhere where there's even stricter abortion rules. Which is a very stupid thing to do.
Well, he is very punk after all, because he's in a punk band, whatever.
Because women should be allowed to do this. Now I'm just gonna go over to. I think he's going over here or somewhere in Europe.
He's been doing that for years.
Yeah.
I remember probably like 10, 15 years ago or something. There was somewhere down in like Texas or something. Some girl couldn't go to her high school prom because she was lesbian and wanted to bring her girlfriend. And the school told her, fuck you, you can't come. So Green Day threw a prom just for this girl and all the kids from the school where it was in an inclusive environment. Which, I mean, that's kind of cool. It's kind of bullshit.
It's kind of nice. I mean, I don't support it, but that's neither here nor there, unless we want to get into it now.
You don't support anything.
I have some things I support.
You support Dortmund.
Yeah, I support Dortmund, and that's just about it.
Well, here's a question for you. If you have somebody that you get along with, you have similar opinions to, and you enjoy talking to, would it actually matter to you who they are attracted to? So long as they're respectful and not trying to hit on you?
Oh, you guys walk ahead.
Wait, Leg. Didn't we have a similar conversation with Stibbsy like a day or two ago? Where the answer was kind of just universally euthanasia.
Our answer to everything is euthanasia.
Yeah, but more specifically, I think it was something like, what would I do if you turned out to be gay? In which case, my answer was euthanasia.
And
it was vice versa, like all around the table, I think.
I mean, ET, you definitely have a different political views, because I obviously have different political views than you, and so does Leo. Leo doesn't, because that's just with everyone. Everyone's different. Or there can be also them people, or some people who have, the same views, whatever.
This is. I got it.
Obviously, I'd say we're still.
Something fell over. Well, it probably isn't that important. And my mouse just went flying off.
We're friends, right? Friends.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'd say we're acquaintances.
Yeah, acquaintances.
Me and ET, we're friends. Friends. Right?
Snap off.
Just called friends.
Yeah, we know each other, and that's just about it. We will occasionally have conversations, and occasionally we'll just send weird fan art.
Oh, that was fun. That was funny. I did not expect to see that stuff. That stuff was messed up.
Yes, it was.
I don't know what, crosses their minds. Like, I'm going to draw this, and then they just draw that, and then I'm like, oh my god.
No, yeah, that wasn't meant to happen.
Actually, it could be used for one good thing. It could be used for porno grind albums.
Yep. Because.
Yep. You could have You could have these fan arts because usually some porno grind bands use anime porn for album covers or singles. Because that's porno grind. I don't listen to it. I know it. I know a lot of genres very well. It's just I don't listen to it because a lot of it's just kind of just the same thing. It's just blast beat for 12 seconds and then that's it. Song over.
Yeah.
And then it skips the next song. Blast beat for 20 seconds and then it's over. That's literally it. And then the lyrics are sung about vulgar.
Yeah.
About. They're probably just singing Pornhub comments or something like that. They probably just went.
Boy.
Yeah, they're probably just going on there. And, these are good lyrics.
Oh, what? Do you remember that thing that was the weird hub comments where it was where the thumbnail was something like she looks like Ariel from The Little Marmalade?
Marmalade?
Yeah.
Are you trying to say mermaid?
No, that was the quote. But yes, that reminds me. What does everyone here think about the new Ariel being black thing?
Well, it's also like, have you seen in the new Pinocchio, the angel was black as well, when in the original films both characters were white.
Yeah.
It's because they're trying to spark controversy over the actors instead of actually focusing on the fact that the film is probably shit.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, there'd be an insane amount of outcry if it was the reverse. But also, I'm going to bring up the point that someone I usually watch made up. Like, deep sea creatures are normally see-through.
Translucent, aren't they?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
surely
it doesn't make sense,
surely
does
the
it?
Little Mermaid should just,
Be see-through.
transparent, and you can just see a
Right through her.
skeleton.
Yeah. Yeah, what would that skeleton look like? That's the thing. Would
That
it
is
be like...
also a very good point.
I think that has to do
Yeah,
with.
this is a conversation for extended day, E.T.
Yes, it is.
Let's go with your central gestation period.
though, doesn't it?
We've been on here for about an hour.
Yeah, we
let
have
me
no
just
life.
now.
check.
Hour
I
and
mean,
7 minutes, 30 seconds.
About 20 minutes of the debate wasn't even a debate, it was just kind of
And
introducing everyone.
Yeah.
And now it's just agreement.
I mean, the
Yeah, now
first
it's
like
just
2
agreement.
minutes of it was just, is Senor Millhouse going to speak?
The answer eventually was no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, opinions. That's
Wait
it.
a minute, I'm just gonna do something quickly.
Oh, great. You're not allowed to blow up the mosque.
God damn.
Be a good conversation starter.
What, blowing up mosques?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what's your opinion on blowing up the Muslims?
Okay then.
Makes a change for once.
Yeah.
125 controversial topics. Let's give this a shot.
Sorry, what?
Okay, that's nice. It's seemingly just a whole bunch of them lobbed together. And is it gonna let me?
You're going to have fun editing this.
Yeah.
Who, me?
Hit both of you.
Oh, God.
You have
This
to
is
comb through
just-
like over an hour of
This is
footage.
boring.
No, you're boring.
Wait, you talk about... have you finished the recording? Or are you still
He's
recording?
probably
No,
still
I'm still
going.
recording.
It's still going. Over an hour's worth of footage.
So I can say anything, and yeah.
You can edit it out.
Okay, here's what I'm looking for. Here's what I was looking for. The legislation of gay marriages, yes or no?
No.
Fair
Wait,
enough.
say again?
Legislation of gay marriage, yes or no?
English, please.
Should they be allowed to get married?
What, gay people?
Yeah.
Correct.
Can I say
No.
that I think that from the perspective of like signing a document for the sake of like tax breaks or something, yes. But from the perspective of forcing religion to accept it, no.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm gonna say is, there's a very... Let me just pull up the definition of marriage. Why is it spelled weirdly?
There's
I did not spell that right.
There's
Oh,
a
well.
difference though between taxation, because if you're married to say a woman, you get certain rights and taxations and get to visit your spouse or whatever, your partner in the hospital, and have the ability to inherit their stuff or sign things. There's a lot of benefits to marriage that a lot of gay people want that same right with their partner. It doesn't have to be a religious thing. It doesn't have to say like the church is sponsoring this union, but for the sake of government, the government isn't supposed to mix religion and government.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure for America there's supposed to be a difference between church and state.
It should be. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yes, and I'm 90% sure that the only reason that's a thing was actually not to prevent the church from meddling with the state, but to prevent the state from meddling with the church.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna leave, not right now, like in a couple of seconds, like 30 seconds, maybe about a minute. In a minute's time, I'm gonna leave, and then I'll join back in a minute, because the entire time, for about 10 minutes, I've been walking down to the park, because I want to play football.
Alright. Okay, this is what I was looking for. The
And
legally
you
formally
can have
recognised
a life.
union of two people as partners in a personal relationship, historically and in some jurisdictions, specifically a union between a man and a woman. So what I'm saying is, why should we change it? Like, why should we change it now? Basically. Like, if the definition is fit up until, like, now, then why change it?
Are you not talking about gay marriage?
Yeah, still on that.
I don't necessarily think that the idea of it would change. I mean, a lot of cultures have had very similar concepts to gay marriage, like partnerships, people living together. The Native Americans had two spirits. They had a lot of people in like Japan. In fact, pretty much the entirety of samurai were gay because they weren't allowed to take a female partner because they weren't allowed to reproduce.
Yep,
so
just
most
like
of
the
those
Spartans.
were homosexuals. The Romans did as well. I mean, there's a million different examples that could be drawn upon.
Yep.
So,
and all I'm going to say is, the Two-Spirit... Let me just do some research on the Two-Spirit. But, you're going on about the ancient civilizations, and there's kind of a reason that they're called ancient civilizations. They didn't exactly...
Because they're ancient.
Yeah, they're not exactly around today.
I'll see that in a bit. I'm going to leave for a bit.
I know the whole thing of correlation isn't causation, but what if it perhaps is?
Oh, AT, just thinking, you're going to need a load of timestamps for this video. Just for each conversation topic.
If you look at the fall of a lot of civilizations, it's not necessarily that the civilization collapsed because of its own actions. It's typically because of the actions of another nation. Look at Rome, for example. It consumed so many different other little pieces of land and accepted the cultures of the people they accepted inside of them.
I see. That makes more sense. Okay, so from what I've found... What the fuck? Okay, that's... right, so from what I found, it's that Two-Spirit people have both a male and female spirit within them that's essentially like the spirit of their ancestors. And seeing as the spirit of your ancestor occupying you is kind of impossible, so is Two-Spiritism, or whatever it's called.
Well, so Two-Spirit as a culture idea, it's more of an idea of saying, like, your body may be male, for example, but because you have the spirit of a female inside of you that's more dominant than your male spirit, that's the one that actually takes over, and that's why you're attracted to other men.
Yeah,
it's more like you have the spirit of a woman.
Yeah, because I know some people
being possessed by a woman.
Yeah, I know some people, like, for example, when I went to Oxford, I got into a conversation with a couple of people on the other side of the fence, literally.
Shouting match.
No, I actually went over there for a peaceful conversation. It didn't last long.
Why were you going over there?
What was that?
You are a fascist.
Yeah, cheers. But anyway, that's not really the point. Anyway, yeah, the two people, one of them was a man who thought he was a woman, I think, and the other one seemed to be a woman.
Okay.
So
yeah,
none
they
of them had
essentially
rights?
said that they essentially used Two-Spirit as an example of, you know, gender, that little made-up thing made by a pedo. So, you know, there's that. So I'm just kind of confused as to whether it's to do with your sexuality or, you know, the quote-unquote gender.
I think I can explain decently well what causes homosexuals in the first place.
Yeah, so something wrong with their brain.
Kind of. It's not quite accurate. So, when a human is developing in the womb, like when a woman is first pregnant, all embryos start off as female. The presence or the lack of testosterone is what determines whether they end up developing as a man or a woman. What ends up happening, though, is if there's enough testosterone in the system, it transitions the body. But sometimes what can occur is there's enough testosterone to transition the body, but not enough left over to develop the mind afterwards. Which means that the brain itself is still female, but the body is male.
I see.
And the The reverse is also true, where, for the sake of a lesbian, they have an abundance of testosterone on the initial stage, not enough to actually transition them into a male, but enough left over that when the brain is developing, that testosterone has to go somewhere, so the brain itself develops as a man's brain instead. So, neurocognitively, the brain would be identical to the opposite gender because of this weird thing that's happening during the very, very early stages of pregnancy.
I see. So essentially, it's to do with the brain.
Yes.
So it's a massive tumour.
Wait, that's made me think of. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what it was. Also, what? How are like all of my stories that I'm somehow only now thinking of happening in Oxford? But the same people I was on about with the Two Spirit, they said one of a different person was holding up a sign that said essentially homosexuality and gender nonconformity are prevalent in nature, and so I got into the thing of. Yeah, but just because it's in nature doesn't mean it's good. Like, I used cancer for an example, and then they got mad at me for equating sexual orientation with cancer. Which, yeah, I did that, and what was the point?
Well, the thing with nature is the exact same as what I just said. It's the same kind of process. Because homosexuality, as far as I'm aware, only occurs within mammals.
I mean... Sort of.
Because there's a handful of species that do what would be considered homosexual acts, but usually it's not necessarily because of attraction. Oftentimes it's because of dominance.
Yeah. That's a good point. I'm just going to close most of the tabs I have because they're not doing anything. Right, so... Basically, what we've learnt so far is people are gay because of weird stuff happening in the brain, and the animals kind of suck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could also say that humans kind of suck, so...
Yep, but seeing as I'm religious, that's kind of guaranteed.
Yep.
That's a KKK cult.
But yeah, humans absolutely suck. Oh yeah, here's a bit of a random question. Have you two heard of the Big Crunch theory? Essentially saying that the Big Bang was created by a previous universe folding in on itself.
No, I've not heard that.
I think I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah. And all I'm saying is that keeps up. Like, that doesn't exactly do much to dispel the creationist argument, because where did that universe come from? Because it's essentially the chicken and egg argument, but with universes.
That's more or less the same argument as what I've heard with black holes, because inside of a black hole it's infinite density, and all that matter has to exit out somewhere. So theoretically, it creates a big bang, creates another pocket universe, so to speak, and then each of those universes, which would have a black hole eventually form in it, would create pocket universes in and of themselves.
I see.
Even if our entire reality is inside of a black hole inside of another universe, where did that universe come from? And it's the same thing.
Interesting. I've never thought of that before, because I don't usually think about black holes.
You just don't think.
Probably on an account of the racism. I was gonna say something, now I've forgotten. Right, let's give another bit on the thing.
Well, here's something controversial. There's a disproportionately large number of homosexuals who tend to go for younger individuals. So, is homosexuality more prevalent with pedos, or
yes, I had this conversation with someone. I can't remember who.
It's Mirror.
I have a theory on this one.
It wasn't anything to do with the mirror. It was another one of my debates in the YouTube comment section, which I do all the time because I don't have a life.
Mhm.
Which you should turn into shorts, because
Yeah.
all shorts are
I usually
successful. Well,
turn
one of
into
them is.
shorts.
Mhm.
I mean, technically, I turn them into TikToks first and then shorts.
You absolute loser! You have a TikTok. Does that have like one follower?
No, it had one follower.
Now it's got none.
Yeah.
Your YouTube was more successful
Yeah.
than
No,
your.
here's something weird though. Like, I got followed. It's like someone followed me and then unfollowed me in the same day, and it was a drag queen. So I'm guessing what happened is he saw my because I turned the entirety of the Oxford thing into a TikTok
Mhm.
because for some reason you can do that, and so I'm guessing that's what got him to follow. And then he saw the rest of my content and thought, absolutely not. Right. I'm just gonna do a quick. Right. How are any of these controversial? How is Santa Claus is an alien who hides at the North Pole controversial?
I thought it was just in prison all year round and got day release.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Drunk driving and speeding.
Ooh, this could be fun.
No, it couldn't.
Yes, it should. Yes, it could.
It was something to do
Should
with
sex
you.
education be compulsory from a young age?
How young are we talking?
I don't know. This thing just says young age. Yeah, screw it. Right. This has got me thinking. Right. My scroll wheel, please just shut up. Oh, it's disconnected. Oh, it's back.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah. Okay, I'll unplug it then plug it back in. Hey, it worked. Oh no, it's back slightly. Anyway. News kinda sucks. Right, does this thing actually have any properly good... Like... How is cats being creatures from outer space who came to save us controversial?
Well, they haven't done anything to say.
Yes.
Controversial saying like, should children be allowed to choose their own gender? You know, that's a controversial topic.
Yeah, it's
Cats
also
being
one with
aliens
a
is
very
not.
simple answer, that being no.
But America is so fucking toxic that they're allowing children to say, like, I'm transgender or something, and then allowing children to get hormone blockers. Do they not realize that those hormones are what's going to allow their body to develop into proper adults? Like, who knows what crazy results are going to end up happening, and what kind of weird abominations and undeveloped freaks are going to end up coming out of this?
Well,
Like
yeah,
ET.
you say that, and I'm 90% sure that... No, they are. Puberty blockers are a thing. They don't block anything, they just stop it. And they say that the people who are giving them out say they're reversible, but they're really not.
No,
And they're giving them out to,
stop
like,
it.
12-year-olds.
Mate, if someone's
Yeah,
giving that stuff out for 12-year-olds,
I think the idea
not
is
reversible.
I think the idea is you give it to, like, say, a boy before he hits puberty and his body doesn't get hairy. You know, he doesn't develop. He doesn't have testicles drop, so he's not able to reproduce. You're literally neutering the child. And like, what happens in 5-10 years when the child decides, you know, I don't want to be a freak with a micro penis who can't function in either side of society?
Yeah,
It sounds like you.
That's a decent point. Right, does this have any actual good... no, that the death penalty is boring. So these are controversial but funny. These are the controversial but funny ones that I was on about.
Okay.
I'm just going to scroll down a bit because this... wait a minute. Oh shoot! I found the ones I'm after. This is nice. Wait, these are controversial debate topics, so that's good enough. Same-sex couples should be refused to adopt children, yes or no?
I think that they should be allowed to, because it's better to have them in a loving home, even if it doesn't necessarily have the male and female influences for the child. Is because it's better to be in a loving home than in a foster home where they're probably being beaten and raped.
Yeah. And my opinion on that is there's got to be a certain age, because, like, you think about it, like, babies, they, like, and also really young children, like, they need the two-parent thing.
On the opposite side of that same argument, though, no one would even bat an eye if there's a single mother or a single father raising the kid. So how would it make a difference if it's two mothers raising that same kid?
Yeah, I mean, we'll both be equally messed up. Like, I come from a single-parent household, and I'm incredibly screwed up.
Yeah, I just figure that being in a loving home definitely beats trying to live off the government's paycheck by a bunch of scumbags who don't care about the kids.
Okay, let's have a look at some good ones. Okay, so this is euthanasia, we've already covered that. Corruption issues, yeah, but that's kind of boring. Paper books versus ebooks, like you want. Ooh, this is a good one. That's it. It sucks. Never mind. Oh yes, this should be good. We need to boost the alphabet mafia awareness among elder generations. Yes or no?
You need to do what?
You need to boost the awareness of the alphabet mafia among the elder generations.
What's the alphabet mafia?
Oh wait, where'd he go?
Everyone's disappeared at this point.
Yeah, Lang's gone. The group that you're in.
Oh.
Yes, the alphabet mafia. Yeah, should awareness of the alphabet mafia be boosted among elder generations?
Elder generations. I figure that older generations probably are already aware of it. I mean, they've fucking lived forever. So, if they don't know already, I don't know what else you could teach them.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like... Ooh, that's actually a good idea. Sorry, I'm never gonna unsee that. That sucks. Okay, list of sexualities and the definitions. This should be fun.
Oh god.
Okay, well that's just stupid. Abrosexual, fluid and changeable. That's kind of stupid.
I mean, you could honestly just say that pretty much all of them are stupid. There's a million different words for the exact same bullshit. It's like pansexual and bisexual are both people who will have sex with anyone regardless of gender. The only difference is a bisexual person only recognizes male or female, whereas pansexual will fuck anything.
Yeah.
They're the exact same. Because there's literally only, you either have a vagina or you have a penis or you have a mutation. Like, that's it.
That's fair enough. What is the... Oh no. Demi-romantic. Someone who does not experience romantic attraction until they have formed a strong connection with a partner. correct me if I'm wrong, because I know nothing about other people, but isn't that, like, everyone?
That is literally everyone.
Yeah, well, we found one of the stupid ones.
All of them are stupid
Yeah,
ones.
we found some of the more stupid ones.
The gender non-conforming is the one that gets me.
Yep. Wait.
They don't recognize the concept of either genders. They come up with a new pronoun.
Wait.
It's so fucking stupid.
Wait a minute. So, finsexual is the exclusive attraction to those who are feminine in nature. Keep holding on to that. Then there's gynophilic, someone who is primarily attracted to femininity. That's the exact same thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. See, we've gone into the weird ones. Umbrella term for any form of attraction. Oh, so that's just an umbrella term. We can go past that.
I think the problem is there's no checks and balances. If somebody wants to identify as something, literally no one can stop them.
Yeah, it sucks because
they say something, and if anyone says anything against them, people they'll rise up. They'll say this is discrimination. A bunch of other idiots will rise up with them and say you can't discriminate against this person, and then that new term becomes something that's officially recognized, which is bullshit.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is there needs to be everyone, well, most, like the same people agree that a line should be drawn. It just depends on where the line should be drawn.
That's the question.
Yeah, for example, there's 3 sexualities and 2 quote-unquote genders. Like, that's it. That's the only logical place to draw the line.
Yeah.
Because if you draw the line at something else, then it's kind of just like, okay, but couldn't... Like, for example, say you draw the line on there's male, female, and non-binary, then surely it can just be, like, the line can be eliminated, not eliminated, the line can be expanded and moved to something else. However, if you just go for the straight base of there's male and female, then where can you, you can't take away from it, and you also can't add to it. So that's just that.
With that whole issue with people not knowing where to draw the line, the one that really, really pissed me off was when I was in school. There was this girl. She claimed to be trans. She wanted to be a dude. I think she called herself like Charlie or something stupid like that. But she was only attracted to men. She would tell people, I'm in a homosexual male relationship, because she wanted to be a dude and would only date dudes. And I'm like, dude, you are literally a fucking straight person. That's it. You're not attracted to females. You physically are female. You are fucking straight. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a very good point.
God, it fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, have I had conversations, or have I just, I'm trying to remember, because I don't think I've had any conversations with... Oh no, I technically have with Beck, but we're not going to go into that, because I've always wanted to forget that. It was 6 months of my life.
Okay.
It was also a terrible way to start 2022. Anyways. Anything else that's good? Not really. This kind of sucks. Let me just try and find something else. There's nothing's better than a quick search of the news that's showing up. Yep. Yeah, we know. Alex Jones doing stuff. Catholic Church scandals, we know. Haunted houses, who cares? Zodiac signs, of course there is. Yes, I knew this would show up. Wait, was that in Canada? Oh, apparently it was in Canada. Why can't I spell? Yeah, that should do it. Tell you what, I don't feel like explaining what's going on, so just search up Oakville school controversy.
Okay.
And it should be actually, if you go to news... Yeah, you go to news. I don't know if it'll be the same over here, over where you are, as it is over where I am currently.
Oh, because her attire?
Yeah, yeah, because his... Yeah, like...
Oh, that's a dude.
Yeah, that's a dude. Yeah.
Well, based off of the picture that I'm looking at right now, I personally think that they should take that table saw and put it to the back of that person's neck.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it doesn't help. I mean, if anything, the fact that he's teaching children should be a big red flag and he should be arrested.
Mm-hmm. Kind of leads to the conversation of whether or not kids should be allowed to hear about LGBTQ stuff. Because there's an argument that could easily be made to both sides of it. On the one hand, you are going to have people in a classroom who may very well end up being like, gay or something, and being able to recognize that, recognize the signs coming, means that they can avoid a lot of like depression and trying to figure out who they are later. That would have been something that would have been very nice for me to have understood when I was growing up. But on the other side of that, too many people are pushing these narratives on these kids that don't need it. It's like, if you can avoid that, great, power to you. You're saving yourself from a million hours of heartache throughout your life and endless misery from bullying and all sorts of bullshit that nobody should realistically have to go through. So, I don't know, it's a mixed bag. It's so hard to determine whether or not it should, be taught.
Yeah, fair enough. I was going to say something, and then I ended up forgetting how words work. Alright, one moment, give me a second. Sorry, what? Hell to the no. Oh, it's in Rotherham, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to be very concerned, but no, that is literally just an average day in Rotherham.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
I'm back.
Wait,
Where's Leo?
right, so theoretically, if I do this, it's gonna go black. I didn't want that to happen.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I've fixed it.
So what's happened when I was gone?
Not much.
Where's Big Al gone?
There we go. That's what I was looking for. So now anyone who's watching the recording will see what I'm on about. It's Rotherham. What did you expect? You appear to have been attacked by a tree.
Ed. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I'm back. I don't know why that took longer than it should have. What has this been going for? You know what, I'm probably just going to chop this up into two proper parts. And then make...
Is there any more debating happening?
No, mostly just a conversation and exchanging viewpoints.
Well, it's not really debating, it's more agreeing, isn't it?
Yeah, annoyingly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with people agreeing
Wait,
with
is
you.
it just you, or is the other guy here still? Right?
No, he's still here.
Oh, good. Then it's just not just two people. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it wouldn't really be debating. It'd just be more talking. Because one, I'm not very political. I don't talk about political things like daily. I only talk about it when I get asked about it, and I don't really debate. I kind of just say, yeah, I'm just kind of
You
neutral.
kind of just state your opinions and then get on with your life. Which
Literally.
there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's just the kind because on most issues you have opinions about them. You just kind of don't broadcast them, which, in my opinion, is kind of stupid because it's kind of just like if you're not gonna fight for that one, if you're not gonna fight for that one thing, then are you gonna fight for the next thing and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion, because I mean, I fight for a lot of things. I fight for a lot of things, and it's literally just like the entire point of my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Although it does kind of. I was going to say it kind of annoys me when people don't fight for what they believe in. But at the same time, it kind of makes sense because if you,
well, I fight for my
it's
right
kind of smart
party.
to keep your head down and just kind of get on with your life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I fight for my right to party.
Hmm.
Please tell me you get the reference.
Yes, I do.
Of course.
Good. Thank you.
But yeah, and then on the other hand, there's the people that are so out about fighting for what they believe in. Like Gypsy Crusader, he literally outed his entire identity, just because he could, and then he got doxxed, and he got fired from his job, and his gym kicked him out.
Well, when I say like political things, I don't mean like not like bad. It's not issues. It's just like political. So what I mean by like that is so I'm breathing hard. I've been playing football, so I might not make sense.
Oh yeah, no,
Let me catch my breath.
You never make sense.
No. Nearly home. Hold on. But with politics, I don't really have an opinion because I'm not really into it. Not my
fair
thing.
enough.
When someone says something about, I don't know, parliament shit, I don't really have an opinion on that because I don't understand it. I don't really want to understand it. I don't want to really look into it because I'm not interested in it. Because things I'm not really interested, I won't really look into it.
Yeah. And I'd say that I have a big problem with, trying to get involved in stuff that I have no clue about.
Well, I just stay out of it because then I don't I don't start something stupid.
Yeah.
Because I was saying stupid stuff in a thing I don't understand.
Yeah.
Which would be stupid if I try and get into a conversation or a debate, maybe like this one where I don't know what I'm talking about. I say something wrong, and then the other person's like, "Wait a minute, you said this. I'm going to use this against you." I'm like, "Oh no."
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times. But most recently, I think it's probably still going on now. There's a bit of a war in one specific comment section between me and a bunch of other people who don't like the fact that I kind of said that, just going off the numbers, worldwide abortion's kind of more deadly than the Holocaust. By 50 million.
So, what is the organization called? Do you guys have Planned Parenthood in the UK?
Yes, we do.
So, do you know the history of how that was actually started?
No, I don't.
So, I think it was a woman who started it. She specifically set it up in low-income housing areas like Black and Mexican areas because her entire goal was to remove Black bloodline from human population. She did it as a nice way of eradicating them from the species.
I did not know that. Well, my respect for that organization has just gotten through the roof.
Yeah.
tell you what, I think that's also one of the big problems with me. Like, I just say things and then deal with the consequences later.
Yeah,
Like,
I think most people do
it's
that.
just an invitation. Like, what all of the things that I do is just an invitation for people to try and cancel me. Because then I can prove to said people that cancellation doesn't work if the person just doesn't care.
Well, look at that idiot Donald Trump. People made a comment when he was running for office, like way back, like what was that, 6 years ago or something?
What, like the one with 2016, wasn't it?
Something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's like 6 years ago.
People made sexual harassment claims against him, and like his response was, "Yeah, when I see a pretty girl, I just grab her by the pussy." And it's like anyone else would have spent so much time trying to apologize for what they had said that they would have destroyed themselves. But because he just rolled with it and just kept going, like he just moved past it like it was nothing.
Yeah.
It's the same with cancellation. If you don't care and you don't take the time to stop, then it literally has no effect.
Yeah, that's the thing that I've observed with all the cancellations. It's that all the people who get cancelled, like, they kind of just, like, they apologise, and then they're surprised when the apology isn't accepted.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if I say something that offends you, I mean, I'm sorry that you're offended, but honestly, I don't give a shit, because, like, at the end of the day, it's my opinion, and you're more than welcome to change my opinion, and I'm willing to be receptive to that. But it's my opinion at the end of the day, and if it offends you, oh well.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's how I work. Like, I don't live my daily life, but, like, my YouTube essentially goes under the policy of, if you don't like what I said, then that's kind of your fault.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it's... How many... I'm on, like, 250 views now, which is absolutely nothing, but my theory is, it's just, the YouTube algorithm not liking what I'm saying. Like, it's just just big tech not liking what I'm saying, which I find hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And I think no, it was the Oxford video that really blew up. I think it's on like 80 views now. I'm just gonna give it a quick check. I have nothing better to do with my life. But I think it's like my most viewed video by a fair margin. I think the next most viewed one is on like 40. And that was just a random YouTube. That was the first ever video I made, and that was a YouTube short.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just check. Channel and go to the About section. Yeah, 254 views. And if I go to videos, 90 views. Oxford got me 90 views, not bad. Now, what are these 8 notifications? That's nice. Someone didn't like what I said.
Oh, your opinions.
Yeah.
Since I'll just call you by that, or I'll just call you ET, because obviously that's not your real name anyway. So they probably just go, oh, yeah, ET, whatever. What made you get into politics, or if you got what I mean?
Well, I mean...
Did you just kind of just... Oh. Yeah,
probably enough.
I'd
have to say my nan. Because I guess my nan got me into it.
Oh.
Right, what does this say? Respecting twins. I don't think... Oh, I see. That took me a fair amount of time to interpret what he's trying to say. He's using his own maths. Yeah, did I mention the whole thing of people not liking what I said about the Holocaust and abortion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's saying that the Holocaust affected trillions of cells per death, and that abortion causes the death of a few million at most stem cells. Yeah, wait.
What?
Oh, I see. That's what he's saying. I see. Oh, he's trying to use numbers against me. Well, too bad for him because I don't do maths. Mainly because it's taught by a Canadian.
Oh, my phone's gonna die.
Right, so let's yeah. So I brought up the whole thing of 55 million all round at the height of the Holocaust, with which was 1,500 murders a day, which in that period of time, August to October 1945, it was like 25% of all Holocaust deaths. It would still take about 95 years to get to 1 year's worth of worldwide abortions, and so he's just trying to use numbers against me, which I find hilarious. Oh, I just did that. That wasn't meant to happen.
47,167, but the numbers were still leagues above.
Oh, you what? I mean, anyone have anything good to talk about, or should I just wrap it up here?
No, not really. Well, I was good. Since we talk about, I know how I don't really
covered most
talk about politics because I'm just not really into it. It's just
Yeah.
not my thing. I'd just rather get on with my life. And
Yeah,
not,
I love
just,
the
not,
fact
and
that this
I'm
was
not
originally.
worrying.
Sorry for interrupting you, but
It's more agreeing, isn't it?
yeah,
Good points from you both. I'm just kind of been here for. I'm just kind of like audience, really. I'm
Yeah.
just kind of been here for the audience.
and yeah, I know what you mean by that, because I've essentially like the way that
just
I
rather-
planned it was a solid debate between, you know, a 2v2, because it's supposed to be Millhouse and then Protogen Man against me and
they
Leg.
never really joined.
Yeah, the Protogen Man said like one thing in the chat and then kind of stopped, and we all know what happened with Millhouse.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'd say we wrap it up here.
Yeah.
So see ya, I guess.
No, you got
thanks.
to say something. You got to say something for the subscribers. You know, like and subscribe and
Well,
stuff
what?
like that.
My outro?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you've seen the end of any of my videos, then you know that my outro, my signature outro, is literally just me awkwardly saying bye.
Do it then.
Well,
Okay.
so if your channel is about doing something unpopular to opinions that will get people to think or potentially get people angry, why not just end your outro with, you know, something like, "Go fuck yourself."
No. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Or that JC song, I think. And you know what I mean, in Paris.
Yes.
Just
that
end it with
one.
that song. It's a good song, but